that particular project where part of our wooded area was cut down to build this parking lot, I mean, the best of motivations in trying to improve the living situation for students on campus by building these new dormitories. And yet that operations process or that planning process occurred sort of in isolation from input by the faculty and the students and even major portions of the administration. So the idea of considering sustainability issues was really not part of that conversation.
If all of us, yours truly included, had been a little more vigilant, then it's possible we could have avoided that. But the reality was, by the time everyone realized the scope of the lot, there was nothing that could be done. It had gone through all the proper channels. The town planning and zoning passed this, and I assumed, and once again, I'll take some personal responsibility on this, I assumed that when they go before those committees, especially the Conservation Committee, that there would have been much more vigilance and many more questions asked. In terms of the parking lot, the horse was already out of the barn, and all of us, faculty, staff, and students, probably didn't do a good enough job in terms of communicating together.
Actually, I did not. It just kind of sprang up. I came back from Easter break like everybody else, and it was just, you know, construction workers, bulldozers everywhere, and so I was kind of shocked by it.
The what? Whoa! Wow! Didn't see that coming. Jeez. No, I didn't know that. I had no idea. Good Lord.
I did not know that the Quick Center lot was being expanded and they were cutting down all of those trees.
Yes, I knew the Quick Center lot was being chopped down, paved over, and the trees were being chopped down.
I didn't know the Quick Center lot was being expanded until the Facebook event became public, and that is how I found out about it.
I didn't know that the lot was being expanded, and I didn't know that trees were going to be cut down. Yeah, same.
I didn't really hear about it beforehand, but I mean, driving by, it's kind of obvious. Like, they got rid of like this huge chunk of forest that used to be right here.
I knew they were expanding the lot, but I didn't realize they were cutting down the trees.
Do I care if they're cutting down the trees on campus? I'll be completely honest, no. You know, they're putting in a brand new building over there. They're going to need more parking space. It only makes perfect sense to me. So I really don't care, to be honest with you, that the trees are getting cut down.
I do care. The trees are very beautiful, and I think that they're an important part of Fairfield University's campus.
Not particularly. I mean, they need the space, and if the school's going to expand and attract more students, I mean, it's just some trees. They're just going to have to go, I guess.
I do care because I feel like it kind of messes with the aesthetic. I feel like there should be trees on campus. Yeah, I agree.
Not especially. I don't care too much about it, only because I know that it doesn't really affect me personally, and I know that's not like the most ecological philosophy to have.
The only reason I do care is because of all of the animals that seem to live in that area and roam around campus, and it's really exciting to see them sometimes. I don't know how much of an impact it had on them, but that would be the only reason I would care.
Well, yeah, I think everyone should care. We all belong to this planet, and you know, the trees provide oxygen for us, so it's going to be a big kind of, you know, it does make an impact eventually. If not now, then it will in the future. And we have to preserve the beauty of the planet, not just put up parking lots like the Joni Mitchell song or whatever.
Doubtful.
Probably not. It's not that big of a deal.
It depends on what it was. Honestly, I don't know if I care about anything enough to protest right now. I don't think there's anything in my life that I need to protest. But if something came up, I definitely would. I think I would stand up for myself, yeah.
Sure, I would participate in a protest or demonstration about the environment.
No, I'm sorry. I'm really busy. You know, finals are coming up and everything. I wouldn't have time to. I wouldn't have time to protest or anything, so.
I don't really know. I mean, I guess I would do a protest, but like, isn't it kind of too? I don't know if it's too late now at this point. So, yeah.
Unless someone was beating someone else up with like a tree or something along those lines, I probably would not protest too much.
I don't think I would participate in a protest for the environment because I don't know enough about it to really speak my mind about it, I guess, and it's just not something that I care enough about.
Well, I think students sometimes don't realize the power they have. That you know, when students express a point of view or when they really start to complain a bit about things, you see a lot of activity pretty quickly from the administration and from the faculty to try and respond to that and help students channel that energy in some sense, but really you know, use that to improve the campus.
The value of student activism really is to stay involved before the matters come up, to stay on committees, to stay communicating, to form relationships with faculty, to form relationships with administration. I know many of them were very, very disappointed over the construction of the parking lot. And the worst thing that could happen now would be if they said, well, our voice doesn't have any matter and we really shouldn't stay involved. I'm hoping that the exact opposite will happen. They will say, listen, we have to be more vigilant. Listen, we have to be more involved. Listen, we have to communicate more. We have to form those partnerships. So no one is going to do anything without at least consulting us. There's nothing we can do to change the lots. But I think all of us learned something in terms of communication.
What we've done since that event in March is really work with the faculty and the student organizations to try and formalize a planning process and really work on this campus sustainability committee as a useful way for all of the parties on campus to really talk about how we can best manage the built resources as well as the natural resources that we have.
I have a pretty positive feeling that the communication lines are there now, and all of us involved, faculty, administration, and students, are moving forward, and we're going to be able to do some great things in terms of the environment. So out of this negative incident that occurred in March, I think some good is going to come of it.